He was cursed to fix things for the rest of his life.
Why do I fix everything I touch?
Voices were perfect for this movie, too.
Yes. So Ralph steals the medal, and he accidentally releases a baby bug, and accidentally gets shoved into an escape pod, which I'm not really sure why it exists up in that tower, because, why?
Probably from the escape sequence of the game. Because a lot of games where you have that last escape sequence where you shoot...
Oh, shit, and with a Metroid game.
Yeah, Metroid. That's what I was saying. It's Call of Duty, Metroid, and Halo all shoved together. And Area 51.
That makes sense.
The whole escape sequence, and it makes sense as to how she knows how to get to that thing.
That makes sense. Okay, so he crashes through the...
If you notice the helmet that he's wearing, the interface is Metroid Prime.
Oh, yeah. I don't play very many Metroid games, admittedly.
Yeah.
So he crashes the escape pod through the power strip and knocks down Sonic, and rings fly everywhere and crashes.
He fucks Sonic up. Sonic is dead.
Yeah, Sonic wasn't in his game when that happened. Sonic better grab one of those rings or he's gonna die forever.
That was the first thing that popped in my head. Also, Sonic is apparently a celebrity there.
Yeah. He's signing autographs. He's like, oh yeah, I have a home console. It's really cool. It does what Nintendo don't.
Which is funny, because Sonic was never in an arcade game except for, I think, 2 arcade games. One of them was never released in America. So what the fuck game is Sonic in?
Well, there was a Sega All-Stars Racing kart game or something.
Yeah, that's not in the movie.
Maybe it was one of the racing games that were broken.
I don't think so. I think he may have come in from the Fighters. But why would this one arcade have the game that was very rare to begin with?
Maybe the arcade owner just plugged in a Genesis into that power strip one day.
Possibly. There's a lot of unanswered questions.
So many.
Why?
A lot of Sega.
There's a lot of Nintendo, too.
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sake, the cheat code.
Oh, fuck, yeah. I heard that they used the Konami code. I didn't realize it was a fucking NES controller.
Yeah, that's the Konami code, and they put it on an NES controller. We're jumping way ahead.
Yeah, we really are, but we've also jumped to, the explanation of what Hollywood Video is. Fuck it. So Ralph ends up in Sugar Rush, which is an amazing game and a world I want to live in one day. By the way, a little side real quick. My theater had a retarded guy, and when they got into Sugar Rush, he started yelling out "yay" and clapping.
That's amazing.
There were 5 people in the theater. Me and my...
I'm so shocked the majority of the movie is Sugar Rush.
Well, Vanellope...
Close to 80%.
Vanellope is a glitch. She can't leave the game, so...
Well, I understand that. It's just like you would expect more of him trying to go in and do a bunch of different games.
Well,
it's like...
He didn't really want to do a bunch of games. He got what he wanted, so he's like, oh, I'll just go back home.
Yeah.
But yeah, the trailers really make it seem like, oh, yeah, he's going through all kinds of games.
Yeah, it's just one game.
Well, to be fair, he went in, he had his own game. He went into Pac-Man for a while. He went into Tapper. He went into Hero's Duty, and then he went into Sugar Rush, so that's 5.
5, but there's hundreds of arcade games there. That's my only complaint. I want him to go into more games.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Wouldn't you have loved to see him try to do Super Mario Brothers and him running into Donkey Kong and them just looking at each other and scratching each other's heads?
And then they kiss.
That hardcore pornography.
I'm writing this fanfic right now.
Brian, roll 34. The most bizarre homoerotic fiction ever.
I'm gonna wreck it.
I'm gonna wreck it. Your asshole, I mean. You already know that there's Fix It Felix ones, right? With him being banged really hard by it.
I'm sure he likes to get pegged by the Jane Lynch character.
You're jumping ahead again.
What? Oh, yeah.
Jumping ahead.
Well, yes and no. I mean, when he first saw her, he did say that she was dreamy or whatever.
And then he had, what did he call it? When he blushed, what the fuck was it called?
Honey blossom.
He had the honey blossoms in his cheeks.
Yes.
What the fuck does that mean?
And like, what the hell? So Ralph,
clearly, Fix It Felix has never had an erection before.
Well, he probably doesn't have a penis.
He probably hits his penis with a hammer and it goes away.
I'm gonna fix it, and then he can't have kids.
Well, no, because he's cursed to fix everything. He probably is like a giant sperm bank just waiting to explode.
I thought he would like fix himself like one would fix a dog.
I love how we've gone from, hey, here's Fix It Felix. Dudes must be filled with jizz.
Meanwhile, Ralph wrecks everything he touches. Aw, poor Ralph.
He tries to masturbate, his dick comes off.
Just his dick is gone.
He has to come up to Felix and ask him to hit his dick with a hammer.
Like why they were so fucking awkward when he was talking to Felix at the building. So hey, Felix, what's going on? I saw an explosion up above the building. I just want to make sure you're okay. Oh, hey, Ralph.
Well, clearly he wants to be friends with him.
Felix wants to be friends, but he also wants to be friends with everybody else in the building.
He wants to be friends. Well, I mean, he is the only super, and he's the only person in their entire world who can fix anything for them with a stupid magic hammer. That thing is MacGuffin up the ass.
Well, it's a video game, so you gotta have at least one MacGuffin per game. Jane Lynch's is apparently a gun that can shrink down and fit into the vagina.
Well, she does have that backpack surfboard.
There's that, too.
Yeah, I kind of want them to actually make games based on these. I want to play Sugar Rush. That seems like an American kart racer.
I want to play it so bad. What does that say about us?
It looks like a fun game. You get to create your own car. It's like a mini game to create your car. Like, not even the Mario Kart games have that.
It's a 2-player game, so imagine selecting your character, waiting for the other person to select theirs, and while they're selecting theirs, you're making a cart. That sounds so fucking awesome.
And of course, it saves it into the data and everything. Each character has their own avatar for each car.
And there are 9 characters randomly selected for each day, so that you have to keep going back if you want to play as all the characters. That's fucking genius.
Why is this not a real game?
It needs to be.
And it has, like, levels where there's, like, fucking diet soda.
The Diet Coke Mountain with the Mentos stalactites.
That was something that was really awesome, by the way. We've completely lost structure as to what part of the movie we're talking about now. So fuck it. Let's just talk about everything from the movie at once.
No. Ralph just met up with Vanellope.
Okay.
Vanellope is just sort of hanging around on this sort of candy cane tree thing. You're not from around here, are you? She says, while taking her top off.
Why you're reading as if you're reading an actual, like, transcript. And then she said...
I like how you ignore the part where I'm making her take her top off. She's a 9-year-old girl. This went places. I like her hoodie.
Somehow you've turned her into an erotic game.
I love her hoodie. The fact that it has like licorice for the drawstrings. It's adorable. Just candy
Yeah.
all stuck in her hair. She has Reese's peanut butter cups for a skirt. She's adorable. I love her. I want to get a toy.
You know which car? You know which cars I like, right? The lollipop girl one.
Yes.
The car is awesome.
All the cars are really cool. All the food looked really delicious.
I was so hungry. I brought along one little bag of almonds, and I felt so bad. I wanted to run out and go grab some candy.
Man,
Was the retarded guy in your audience going up to the screen just licking it every few seconds?
oh god, I wish that happened. That would have been amazing. No, but every time that Vanellope came on screen, he was clapping. I'm like, fucking, we're in Clapistan, okay.
Well, do you know how many people were in the theater when I went to go see it?
How many?
None. I was all by myself.
Holy shit. There were only 5 people. By the way, we both saw this on a Tuesday. So
Yeah. Oddly enough, the same day without even knowing it.
it's crazy. Yeah, there were 5 people.
This is crazy.
There was me and my dad, there was this retard by himself, and then there...
He's all by himself, too.
I think there was a mother and her, 9-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway. So, the double stripe candy canes, they disappear when you touch them, but only after you have, a conversation and then somebody else brings up the fact.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. She's been touching these this whole time.
Yeah. The double ones disappear. Oh, okay. Good to know.
Double stripe, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's random things where they just make up rules for whatever they want.
Which I kind of like. Like, Ralph doesn't know. He's never been in this. I also like
He's gonna fucking wreck it.
I love the fact that he gets there and he's like, oh no, this is that candy race game.
It's a racist candy game.
Like, he clearly does not like this type of game, and he's in it.
I think I don't want a racist candy game.
Yes.
I
So...
call this one Choco Baby, but not why you're thinking of calling it Choco Baby.
So this movie actually has a lot of layers. Vanellope steals the medal.
Yeah, a lot of delicious, creamy layers.
Each layer its own delicious, sugary flavor. She steals the Hero's Duty medal from Ralph and uses it to try to sneak her way into the racing roulette thing, where they decide the new random racers for the next game. But you need a coin from a previous winning to toss in as sort of like what would you call that?
It looks. You know what it reminded me of? You know those games in fairs where you throw the dish?
Oh yeah.
It was like one of those things.
Reminded me of the things that Taco Bell normally has right next to the register, where you try to drop a quarter in and you try to win like a free burrito or something.
I've actually won something from one of those.
You lucky bastard.
Yeah, normally it doesn't work. This one didn't have any water in it, so I just dropped it right on the pad, and I won a burrito, and the guy's like, oh, I'm not going to give you the burrito, and I go, why? And he goes, because you cheated.
How?
How? You just did. I'm like, fine.
Whatever.
Just wanted a burrito. Just give me the burrito, I'll pay for it. And I ended up buying a burrito, and he ended up charging me $4 instead of $2 for it.
The fuck?
And I brought this up to him, he just gave me like 3 more burritos. So I did eventually get the free burrito, but after I bought a bunch of burritos I didn't want.
That's weird. So anyway, Vanellope wants to go into... We keep going on these weird tangents. It's awesome. Season 2.
6-hour-long show.
Season 2 of the Tidepool Orchestra, my friend.
Season 2. We go on bizarre fucking tangents and we cry.
Yes. That's my favorite sexual position, is when I cry alone in the bathtub. So Vanellope thinks that if she wins the race, that she will be able to be one of the playable characters. She even made her own cart, which is, like, really bad. but it looks delicious. You still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by apparently Galaxy's actually closed last month.
Oh.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh well.
Apparently, what happened was he decided to open up an arcade, and Wreck-It Ralph is there. Anyways, yeah. After that, it's revealed that she's a glitch.
Yeah.
And she's a glitch in the game. Basically, they really did research on how video games were made for this movie. A lot of times when a character is created for a game, they leave the data inside the game, because otherwise you would have to rewrite all the code to just make it so they're not selectable. In fact, this is what they did was a direct reference to the glitch thing. It's sort of a direct reference to Noob Saibot.
What game is that from?
From Mortal Kombat.
Oh.
Where they actually, there was a glitch, and a character would show up, and he would be in black, but the name would be all screwed up. So in the second game, when they made Mortal Kombat 2, they actually made a character named Noob Saibot, which is Boone and Tobias backwards. And basically the silhouette of a character. So it's an actual thing, and she lives in an unfinished level of a game which you can only reach by glitching through a wall. And in video games, a lot of the stuff that you see is like when the level is loaded. Sometimes there's like stuff that's not loaded, like the Grand Theft Auto game. The entire city there's a second city in most of the series. There's a second city that you can't really see in the game, where they do all the cutscenes and stuff. And sometimes if there's a level that's not finished or something that they don't want to use or something that gets scrapped, rather than rewriting all the code, they just hide it.
Yeah, which the movie does pretty well.
That's what the movie. That's where she lives. Is in this. The glitch lives in this thing.
I like how you call her the glitch, which sounds like a racial epithet.
That little glitch.
Yeah.
She can go back to Glitchistan.
Yes, back to Glitchistan, where all the glitches live. Yes.
There's tons of glitches.
And none of the other characters in Sugar Rush want to be associated with the glitch, so they treat her badly. They break her cart, and she worked so hard making that cart. Imagine if later in the movie she makes another cart and somebody else breaks it. Imagine how sad she would be. So then later in the movie, Ralph helps her make a cart and then breaks it, and she cries.
I'm gonna fucking wreck it.
Look, I'm gonna hang you up here. This is for your own good. I'm gonna fucking break this cart that made you so happy. We just had a montage of showing you how to use it. No, I'm breaking it. It's gone now. I'm leaving.
It's for your own good. I'm gonna fucking wreck it.
You're gonna watch me do it, too.
Oh my god. And she's just like crying.
That sounds legitimately sad.
Your heart literally breaks at that moment, because you know he doesn't want to do it, but he does it anyways.
And he does it, and he's wearing the medal that she made. Wow, we jumped ahead, didn't we?
We jumped ahead by about a half hour.
So, okay, so her first cart was broken, and then Ralph, scares off the other people, and I think we skipped another bit, but whatever, I don't care. So, she makes a deal with Ralph.
You skip the part where they make the deal and everything, and then they make the car and stuff.
They make the car, which seems like a really fun minigame. Especially
I'm amazed no one has made this minigame. It's like Cooking Mama mixed with a fucking racer.
It's like you have to get all the ingredients, which some of the ingredients are like fishbone or fire hydrant. It's like, what? No, you gotta get the good ones over here, the bad ones over there. What are you doing? We only have a minute. And then you go to the next spot, and you're like, okay, let's get all the ingredients. No, the next spot is, okay, we have to bake it.
Baking the coffee.
So we have to pump it up and keep it at the certain line, which makes sense, but Ralph breaks the thing, so he has to blow in the bike pump too.
How does his breath start a fire? Oh, technically it's a microwave, isn't it?
It's like a microwave oven or something. Maybe
it's an easy bake oven, is what it is.
But you have to use a bike pump to keep the heat up for some reason.
Remember the king, his fucking cookie guards, Oreo.
Oh yes, me and my dad were cracking up at that point, and I look over and I see the retard scratching his head. I'm like, what?
No.
It's fun. Sitting in a theater with the only people in front of you just being one retard, because you really get to see a good amount of reactions.
It's so wrong,
So,
bro.
what's going on?
What? How could those are round snacks? No. Oh, you got the joke about the two donuts, right? Winchell and Duncan.
Yeah, they're cops.
Most people don't get it because Winchell, way back when, was the name. I don't know if it still exists. It was a donut chain that was mainly on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
And Winchell's Donuts. Okay, Brian.
Okay.
What the hell are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I hit the cord that my microphone is using to plug in.
Yeah, it sounds like you're gonna have to eliminate that part.
Okay, is it normal now?
Now it's normal, yes.
Okay, I'm probably gonna forget, so I apologize. So
this is gonna be all in the episode.
Probably. We're going pretty long, but whatever. So Ralph is shooting all the ingredients. He's like, "How many tires do we need?" And she's like, 4, duh. Which is amazing.
And the tire wheels are made out of gummy worms.
Gummy worms wrapped around sandwich cookies.
Like, every little tiny thing you can think of in this movie is, like, thought of.
I love the fact that, like, ostensibly it's supposed to be a video game movie, but then halfway through
it's almost entirely about snacks.
I love it.
Like, you know what? Fuck this video game shit. We want to make candy.
Guys, we're really tired of putting all these meticulous video game cameos. Can we do something else? Candy, okay. We work with
all these candy. Then they do all these candy cameos. What the fuck?
Man, it's weird. So, they make this cart, and then the king's like, "Hey guys, the fuck you doing?" And she's like, "Well, we have to go." And Ralph's like, "Okay, let's go."
Did you get the Did you get the Beard Papa reference at all or no?
The what?
The Beard Papa thing. You know, the guard.
Oh yeah, I did see that was his name, but I was kind of confused about that.
In Japan, the movie's known as Sugar Rush.
Yes. Beard
Papa is a Japanese chain of cream puff. What's it called? Pastry shops. They have a few in New York, a few in California, a few in Chicago. But it's an actual Japanese chain. That was clearly made just for the Japanese audience, that scene. And it's John DiMaggio who does the voice of Beard Papa. Fucking Bender, out of nowhere, and he just does it one voice.
I love it. I did not know that was a reference to a Japanese-only cream puff restaurant.
It's not Japanese only. They have a few of them all over the U.S.
Japanese chain.
It's a Japanese-owned chain called Beard Papa. Like, randomly there.
Nice. I like this movie. I'm liking it more and more. So, Vanellope doesn't really know how to use carts. Like, the one that she built was a pedal car. So Ralph has to kind of push the car with his gigantic arms.
They should have just had him as the engine, just doing that. I sent you a link to the Beard Papa thing.
Oh, yeah. Even looks like
it's it's him. That's what it is.
Listen.
Beard Papa appeared in 2012 in the 2012 Disney animated film Wreck-It Ralph, voiced by John DiMaggio.
I love it when a Wikipedia article has a little thing in the history that's only like one sentence and has nothing to do with anything else. Oh, by the way, this happened too.
What happened?
No, like that's what the Wikipedia article seems like.
But yeah, it's like randomly out of nowhere. It's just in the movie. What? It was almost as if they made this. They were going to make a movie about snacks, and then just threw this in.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's very bizarre. Clearly, it was two different concepts. They married the two, and it worked well.
Vanellope decides that the best way to hide from them is to go into an abandoned level from the game that only she knows about, which is a Diet Coke mountain with Mentos stalactites that she lives in. And she wraps herself in candy wrappers at night like a homeless woman.
Homeless person.
And like, she says this, and she sounds so sweet about it, but Ralph is like, whoa, hang on. What? You sleep in garbage? And she's like, well, yeah.
Well, at first he's kind of freaked out that she's like not upset that he lives in a complete hop. He lives on a stump covered in bricks.
Yeah, which is literally a dump. Like, they even point that out at the beginning of the movie. He literally lives in a dump. But now he's questioning the fact that she lives in garbage?
His dump is made of bricks. That's all it has, is bricks. Nothing else, just bricks.
It's amazing.
Who the fuck is dumping all their bricks in his home?
Well, it's because Ralph wrecks the buildings.
Well, and also the opening graphic says, the attract mode screen, which I should say, it's like, the attract mode screen says that he lives inside the stump, but he doesn't live inside the stump in the movie. He's just like, he's on it, covering himself in bricks. Why does Ralph love bricks? And in a game, if you get the iPhone game, he attacks him with, he throws fucking bricks.
Yeah, he does that in the movie too.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with him? Why didn't he just make a car out of bricks? And that would be like, I don't fucking know. There's so many questions this movie raises.
And it answers very few of them, and the other one just smiles. None. It's like, you ask it a question, and it just smiles at you. It's like, did you like it? Did you like the movie?
I'm dying. Hey, I'm dying. I've got cancer, Doc. Hey, you do. You gonna help me?
Doctor, how did I get cancer? And the doctor's just smiling like, do you like candy? Here's a lollipop.
Here's a lollipop.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a car out of it. Vroom.
So Ralph decides the best thing to do in this situation is to create a racetrack so that she can race around and learn how to use her car. And he starts, saying, well, your car has these buttons at the bottom. She's like, do you mean pedals? And he's like, yeah, okay. He
screams, I'm gonna fucking wreck it.
He's like, well, this one makes it go, this is the stopper, and this one doesn't seem to do anything. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's the clutch.
Yeah.
It's the gear shift, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what this does.
Yes.
How the fuck did you build it? I mean, you see kids racing on this thing all day, don't you, Ralph? Don't you, look and see what they do?
He doesn't care. He's focusing on his work.
He's focusing on his fucking bricks.
Well, based on his reaction when he first enters Sugar Rush, he clearly doesn't care. He's just been around for so long, he doesn't really care about racing games, and this one looks like for little kids and girls, and he's like, whatever.
Whatever, I'm gonna fucking wreck it.
Yeah. And he whips his dick out, and it just starts smacking against things, and Felix is like, Ralph, no! Ralph's like, I need to. It is what I have to do. It's my duty.
Like his thing where in my head he just screamed throughout the entire movie, I'm gonna fucking wreck it! I couldn't stop myself from laughing every time he said it, because one of my friends said, I'm gonna fucking wreck it one day, and I'm like, look at Ralph. And so now, it's just him going, I'm gonna fucking wreck it!
I imagine that makes it scene when Felix is in the prison cell a little funnier.
I'm gonna fucking wreck it, and he fixes it.
It's like, what does he say? I'm gonna fucking wreck it. Why does everything I touch get fixed?
Poor Felix.
Poor Felix and his magic Jesus hammer. So,
yeah, here's a question. How come he didn't go into the code and then, like, anyways, the thing too far ahead also?
Yeah. So, the king comes over, and, like, Vanellope isn't there because she's going back to get something for Ralph, and the king's like, oh, Ralph, I have this medal for you. Oh, shit, okay. So the king goes into the game's code. So we're actually around that point, and he goes in, and you see all these different characters kind of string together throughout the game's code and programming. And you see, like, the tournament.
Well, do you know what that is? You know what that is that they're actually looking at, right? It's a programming tree.
Oh.
It's an actual programming tree.
That's clever. He takes out the Hero's Duty medal, which is just a piece of programming, and he goes over to the King Candy programming block, which is gigantic, and plugs in the medal, which then materializes around his neck. And it's kind of weird that King Candy has all of this code around him.
How about the fact that he cheats to get into the actual code, which is something that the other guys don't know how to do?
Yeah, he uses the Konami code.
Yeah, up, down, left, right, BA, start. Although it's not the actual... There's different Konami codes.
Yeah. This was the popular bastardized version.
That's actually the Ninja Turtle 3 one. That's the one that they used.
Yes.
Because the original is up, down, left, right, BA, start. And there's up, down, left, right, select. Up, down, left, right, A, select, start. They, the first one, the big Contra one, is up, down, left, right, BA, start.
And it's kind of interesting while he's in the code that we see Vanellope's severed section over in the corner, like not connected to anything. And it's like, oh, I wonder if that's why she's a glitch.
Yeah, it would be something that would be removed from the thing.
Yeah, it makes sense. A lot of things in this story make perfect sense.
Yeah, a lot of the thing, they really did all their research for this movie. Like, they really, really went into researching this fucking thing and how they did it. I know John C. Reilly, he's apparently a big gaming fan, and he insisted on writing his own dialogue and all this other stuff. And they were like, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So, King Candy appears before Ralph, and he's like, oh, so here's that medal that you kept bugging me about. By the way, if Vanellope races, there's a chance that everybody will hate her, and the game will be unplugged, and she'll fucking die, so maybe you don't want to do that. And then he drives off.
He just drives off, and then he looks at her car and goes, I'm a fucking wreck it. And he does.
Yeah. Well, he looks at the car and he's like, I'm gonna destroy this. And Vanellope comes out and she's like, Ralph, I made you a present. Close your eyes. And then she sticks her tongue halfway down his throat, you know.
No, she gives him a medal that's made of a cookie and it says, to Stinkbrain, my hero.
Yes. And he's like, oh, that's adorable. By the way, I'm gonna fucking break your car.
I'm gonna fucking wreck it.
And she starts crying, and she cries so hard that she actually glitches out of the tree that she was hanging from just to fall down dramatically while crying. And she's like, you are a bad guy. And then Ralph's like, yeah, whatever. And walks away.
He feels bad about it, and then something else happens.
Felix and the other chick, I forget if she actually has a name. They are now in Sugar Rush because.
By the way, you're glitching out like crazy. The actual audio.
Oh shit! Is it working?
No, I think your connection's going crazy.
That could be it. I'm gonna leave it in just because it's related to the movie, I guess.
I mean, like your audio is getting to the point I can't hear a word you're saying.
Fuck. Well,
check and see if you're downloading anything.
I'm not.
You seem to be fine now.
Huh. It's weird. I'm gonna have to cut.
No, you're starting to robot again.
You were being robot-y at the beginning, so I have a bad connection.
I have a cellular connection that's actually pretty good.
Yes.
Anyways.
So Felix and the chick, they're like kind of walking around and there's candy everywhere. She starts slapping him. They fall into a
Well, explain why she's slapping him. Because it's not like, yeah, she just came up and started beating the shit out of him, and then all of a sudden all these things start laughing at him.
Yes.
What? They fall into Nesquik, which is even more evidence this was clearly a different movie before. Because they land in Nesquik, like an actual thing of Nesquik itself. Not like, oh my god, it's Nesquik. It's just random chocolate sand. No, there's an actual can of Nesquik there.
Like Nesquik powder, and they call it Nesquik sand. Because quicksand.
Because quicksand. And of course, every time he tries to jump, it just pulls him down further.
It's like, don't worry, I can just hop out. And he tries to hop, and he can't. And so he starts flipping the fuck out. He's like, what? I'm gonna die here. This is how it ends. So she slaps him in the face.
And then Laffy Taffy Forrest starts laughing at him.
And he's like, they're clearly attracted to laughter, which is a thing that I know somehow. Hit me again. And she kind of gently pats him. And he's like, no, fucking hit me. Fucking hit me.